there, I'm Chuck and I'm with Northampton NTV here at Beckett's Park in Northampton, where the BBC hold their Music Live Festival. Last week we saw some wonderful events and some great bands, so let's go in and take a look around. As you can see, I've donned my sunglasses because I'm in the presence of a real star, and a shining one at that. Richard Oliffe from BBC Radio Northampton. Good afternoon, how are you?
Hi Chuck, very well, thank you.
So a great music festival-y kind of type day here this afternoon. How's it been for you?
Yeah, well, it's fantastic, it's wonderful. And to see so many people, it's just fantastic. And some of the bands and the acts on, you can perhaps hear one in the background. It's wonderful, absolutely. And the response to all of the people that have come on the stage has just been so warm, really.
So there's lots of different acts, lots of community feeling, lots of people from Northampton playing on a stage in Northampton at Beckett's Park, having a good day out.
Yeah, well, and of course the audience isn't just from Northampton, they've come from all over the county and beyond to be here today. Of course it's the Golden Jubilee and everyone's having a great time, they're all excited. Some of the costumes are really exotic, fantastic. I mean the belly dancers, I mean it hurt me, I need to lose some weight, but I got involved in all that, you know.
You like to shake it around a bit?
Shaking it about a bit there, Chuck, you know, I could do all that, yeah.
Obviously, we've seen you as a great ambassador on Northampton TV over the last couple of weeks at Corby Pole Fair and your interest there, and obviously there's things going on county-wide. Do you find you lend yourself to that? Do you want to become a mayor of some Northamptonshire town?
Yes, wouldn't that be lovely? I mean, I love Northamptonshire. I'm quite very passionate about the county as a whole, and I would like to see more interaction within from the towns, like people from Kettering going to Rawns or going across to Kingsthorpe, and people from Northampton going to Corby and do their shopping one day. That will happen. I think it's a brilliant county. It's fabulous.
You're watching NTV!
Okay, well, we've just seen you on stage with your drums and your percussion, which is always a good thing, I think. Tell us about how you became involved today and what your particular part is.
Well, it's to do with the BBC Music Festival, which the Northampton College has incorporated into it, with students coming over to show their skills and to show how the faculty has been functioning, and how students have been taking various different perceptions of music on board, really, and they've proved it today.
And you teach at Northampton College?
I do. I teach at Booth Lane, and I look at traditional African music and how it has influenced world music as much as how world music has influenced African music. And the whole thing is in a circle, in a spiral, sort of. And the ideas, we're actually looking at ideas from each other, really, and developing it and bringing up new, different rhythmic patterns.
Northampton College.
Yep.
How do you enjoy it? I mean, obviously, you enjoy music.
It's absolutely brilliant. I've learned thousandfold what I knew when I started in September. I mean, on stage I was the sort of the western end of the percussion and the rhythm, and I dropped the beat so many times, but because of the way Joe's constructed it and sort of the number of covering parts we had, my family didn't even notice, and they were paying special attention to me. So, and I've just picked up so much this year. I'm really looking forward to next year.
Have you enjoyed today? Has it been a good event?
It's been a long day, but it's been enjoyable all through.
Once again, here we are, it's Chuck Challenge TV. I've never done it before, but I'm going to learn to juggle, and this wonderful man you are?
My name's Willie Droppit.
Will he drop it? Indeed, will he drop it? He's going to teach me how to juggle. Now, I'm going to take my jacket off for this, because I think this requires immense skill and technique and judgment. I might need somebody to hold my microphone. If any of the children want to hold my mic, there you go, you're wearing an England shirt. Just hold that there, just step in there. What's your name?
Louise.
Louise, nice to... no, I need some balls.
How many would you like?
Just the three.
Will do,
Right,
will it?
okay.
Right, okay.
What do I need to do?
Well, the idea is probably best to start with one or two, but the idea is to throw them from one hand to the other with exactly the same throw. You throw them underneath each other, like so.
I think I might have... So I've got to go there and there.
That's exactly right, yes.
And then what do I do with the other ones left in my hand?
Well, it shouldn't make any difference. Every time one ball's halfway across, you should have one ready to throw. As long as you start with the hand that's got two in.
Juggling for Muppets, I think they'll call this. Challenge Chuck, here we go. I'm going to try and juggle. Here we go. Count me down. Maybe not. Well, like that.
That's not bad, that's not bad.
So if I go higher, is height a problem? Is that... Do I need...
It tends to be a bit more further away when they're
Okay, here we go.
accurate. But,
Concentration's on. You all right, Louise? Here we go. Oz, watch this. Hey, is that good or what? Is that nearly there? Thanks, mate. Here we go. I'll try and do that again a little bit longer.
He's doing it.
Look at my balls. Stay tuned to Northampton TV. More from Beckett's Park next. Welcome back to Northampton TV. We're currently at Beckett's Park in Northampton for Music Live. Lots of bands, lots of music. It's Jubilee Day, the Let's Have a Party. Hello, Tracy. You're busy making crowns. What are we doing in this tent?
Right, basically this is the arts tent, part of the Music and Arts Festival, and we're doing a series of participatory arts projects that anybody can take part in, from junk percussion to crown making, felt making. We've got some pottery over on the left-hand side and some digital photography. So it's all happening today, it's all free, and we're trying to get lots of people to make things.
Obviously, you're with Northampton Borough Council.
That's right.
So it's a big community feeling. You kind of getting the kids in here and putting crowns on for the Jubilee.
Absolutely. We've started with a series of workshops at community centres over the last couple of weeks. So we've got crowns and thrones that are currently being sort of shown up on this stage. But it's very interesting. We're getting all sorts of people doing it, actually. It's not just the children. And it's just part of the many activities that we do.
So what else is happening with kind of the art side of Northampton Borough Council?
Well, we're one of the main funders of Open Space, Open Places, which is getting artists into unusual places across the town. That opens on the 6th of June in various sort of venues, from pubs, clubs, the bus station. We're also part of Open Studios, which opens the doors of artist houses throughout September. Fabulous, fabulous event. And we'll be at the festival in August, so you can see us there.
Excellent. Well, Tracy, we'll leave you to get on with your crown making, cutting out triangles. I hope you have a good day.
Okay.
And well done.
Thank you very much.
Joined by Mark of Red Triangle Recruitment. Mark, you're here at Becketsfield. Tell us why you're here and what you're doing.
Okay, firstly, we just try to make people more aware of what we do as a company, which is provide temporary services for driving and warehouse personnel at a variety of companies throughout the area. And as a twist onto that, we're also trying to raise a bit of cash for a worthy local cause, which is known as the Workbridge Centre. A centre which basically helps people who have had head injuries or are mentally ill get back into permanent employment, which kind of ties in quite nicely with what we do.
Excellent. So you're down here at Becketsfield. It's a wonderful day. The sun's gone a bit behind the cloud now, but how's it been? Has it been well attended?
It's been a very good atmosphere here, and surprisingly enough, our throw the sponge competition against competitive football teams has proved remarkably well.
Do you think it's been a good thing, a good atmosphere, good community spirit?
Yeah, especially I think especially the tie with the Jubilee. It's been a good day. A lot of different types of acts have been on at the rock stage this end and the more classical stage that end. So there's been some good entertaining acts on.
Well, here's another challenge. Unfortunately, Gina's not here to challenge me. So what I'm going to do is throw some sponges for charity at myself. I've got a nice wet one here. Ha-ha, Chuck! You missed, Chuck, unlucky! Direct hit, what a pity.
Watching NTV.
Pike, all right. come to you, Lyndon. Obviously, you've helped put this stuff together here on the stage. What's your particular activity been for today?
Well, I'm the course leader for the HND music production, and that's the course that Andy's doing. And we've been working since January with the Borough Council to organise this event, because they're learning to be producers, and they have to learn how to work with young up-and-coming artists, whether it's solo artists, bands, rock bands, blues bands, whatever kind of bands they are. And we've got a college studio, and we sort of produce young local bands in the studio, but we also like to put on gigs and get them, playing in front of an audience so they can get more experience and, all that sort of thing. And this just happened to come along with the BBC Music Live event, so we thought, we'll get involved in that. And, this is probably one of the biggest crowds a lot of these guys have ever played to. So we tend to play a lot of small venues like the Racehorse pub. We do the Sound House quite a lot, and occasionally the Roadmender, but a lot of the people that are here today would, never normally go to this kind of gig, but they've seen that something's on in the park, so they've just wandered over, and now they're sitting there watching our bands, which is something they probably never would have done. So hopefully it raises our profile and it gives them a good day out.
From drums on stage to drums in tent, everybody's having a go, even me. Chuck and I've had a great day here at Becket's Park in Northampton for the BBC Music Live event here on Jubilee Day. It's been a great event and we've all had a wonderful time, so stay tuned to Northampton TV.